Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 5 of the NFL.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
I guess we have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he probably just tell him, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
Throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A huge play there right off the bat. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 13 carries, 70 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Here's Robinson. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. The numbers for him from a week ago. 4 catches, 75 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. 7 yards, the pickup there. Second and 3. That's complete to Mooney.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
1st down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll look to throw here. That's out wide here for Robinson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And just like that, it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And now here's a carry heading left. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll drop to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Second and 4. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. We'll check on his status when we get back. A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second and 9 now. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's brought down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now back to throw. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Montgomery back to the ground. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. 7 yards the pick up there. 2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. This defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. Complete to Mooney on the slant. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This is caught. Touchdown Bears. Darnell Mooney, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They go play action here on first down. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. That catch good for only a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And he'll give it here to his running back. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Gaskin. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Gaskin again, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Myles Gaskin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come and have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Back to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and 2. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Out Out of the gun now on third down. And incomplete here to bring up fourth down as the rookie couldn't haul it in. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Second and 1. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll munch up another 15 against your squad.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their own 43. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he comes back with one complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. Now, they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
On second down now, it's Montgomery. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Back to throw here. This caught by the tight end Cross. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. They struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. So now it's 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. He'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll get this out wide to Gaskin. That catch good for only a couple. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Finding Gaskin underneath. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That'll give them 8 that time. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They're going to look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Another run with Gaskin. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Final minute now in the 3rd quarter. Here's a 2nd and 7. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Back to throw again. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail 20-13 our score as they have it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to Mooney. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to throw here. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. The Lions on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now they try the right side here. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And that will be caught, but out. And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Robinson. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, Mooney, what a catch. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Back to throw now on 1st down. That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's James. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now back to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And his kick is indeed good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. 2nd straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. This is Gaskin on the carry. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. James has got it, complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Back to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. Blankenship out for the point after. And the lead is up to 14. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. From the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And that is incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions looking like they're going to come away with a victory. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And they'll indeed take a knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. This to make it a 3-score game late. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Lions, they boost their record up to a strong.
Today, from First Energy Stadium in
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. The numbers for Mixon last week, 19 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
On third down, Burrow. Wide open receiver complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Burrow looking to pass. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They will throw on first down with Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Spencer. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. A handoff to Mixon, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Third and goal, Burrow. And it's caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6". First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 20 carries, 117 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football overtime, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So on the big tight end, Holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without Holding.
Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's Floyd on the right. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Burrow on play action. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Kevin Stefanski consulted with his guys above, and they've told him throw that challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Spencer. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. Mixon with a 1st down carry. Bulldozes past him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. And they go play action now. Burrow looking for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the 1st down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did, and batted it away.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Here's Mixon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. McPherson's kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the 1st. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Following the penalty, Chubb. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. 6-0 our score after 1. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And that will be incomplete. Here's Aaron Sitloss out now to punt on 4th down. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And to give this time to the tailback. To the 40 and no further. So the broken tackle didn't get him much. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he coughed it up. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw here. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That's double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. 6 yards left on second down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. A quick throw here. That's complete. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now Burrow on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Spencer. A gain of 6 there on 1st. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. Burrow on 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. This goes out wide for Mixon. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's a give to Mixon. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Brandon Ayuk. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. 2nd and 4. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit, but first let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Seven yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. First down. Here's Burrow. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Burrow will throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now it's Burrow. And he's got it. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation is... And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
It's complete, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. They're going to look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So a good decision that time by Zach Taylor.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
From midfield now, Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
He'll look to throw.
Got a man, that's Ayuk. 7 yards, the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now they'll run on the draw. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
On second down now, Mixon. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. They'll look to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. McPherson's kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as the tackle made here at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And again, it's Chubb. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 43-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance going for it on 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 3rd. And Charles, in this one, the fourth quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure.